Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott joining us now here on 105.3 The Fan, and a good afternoon. Dak, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, it's so good to have you. Thank you for being generous with your time. First question, Jerry Jones said this week you guys are better than last year. Would you agree with that, and why?
Yeah, wholeheartedly would, honestly. And just the approach. I mean, this is the first time in my career that we've been able to build on 2 consecutive years, and now going into the third year of that. And just made some changes, brought in some great vets, being able to add a guy like Brandin Cooks to our receiver core, who is super professional, great player, great person on and off the field, does everything the right way, guys. Great for guys like CD to watch, Michael to watch, and just to make sure that they're improving in their career. And just obviously our defense speaks for itself, and then we're getting out here iron sharpening iron that it's been fun. It's been really, really fun.
I love that phrase, iron sharpens iron, that you've used over the years, but this year it might be more appropriate or more accurate than ever.
Definitely. It's a lot of fire. It's a lot of passion. It is a game environment every day, every play snap going against these guys. And as you said, you talk about it every year. You want to be iron sharpen iron, but I can tell you that has truly come to life with our defense, with our offense, and with the way that Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy are calling plays and both attacking, both being aggressive and confident in what they're able to do and the players that they have, and it's been special to be a part of.
Monday and Tuesday, it looked like you guys got the better of them, but today, would you say the defense won?
It's always got to go back and look at the film. You leave practice. The thing we always say is it's never as good or as bad as you think it is until you've watched the film. So the eye in the sky doesn't lie. And I'm never going to just say, hey, yeah, they kicked our ass. But we competed. We had some plays. We won some plays. But they did a great job today as well.
Yeah, we had Mike on at the beginning of the week, and he said, hey, when you have Dak on, ask him what 11 and that Dan Quinn defense are doing to that new Texas Coast offense.
Yeah, I mean, he's special. I mean, obviously you could turn on the film and see that from last year. But if anybody's watching training camp, it's a whole different level that he's got. Micah, and he's being very disruptive. He's being disruptive for me personally, but for our offense. But in the same sense, I know that's making us better. As I said, Dan Quinn is so confident in what he's got, the pass rush he's got, being able to add a guy like Stephon Gilmore in the back end. You've got Diggs, some great veteran safeties. They're tough to go against, but I know they're making us better.
I wanted to ask you about your cadence. I've noticed that a lot so far during camp. I think you got Micah to jump today, actually, to set up some free plays. What goes into that? Because you hear quarterbacks, sometimes you pick it up on the mic, it doesn't sound anything like your regular speaking voice. You like practicing that in the mirror? What goes into perfecting the cadence?
Yeah, no, I can't say that there's a lot of practice. I'm not in bed anymore doing it, but I know young in my career I was definitely practicing as much as I could. To this point, it's just making sure that everybody is on the same page. Everybody knows when we're getting off. And what that does, that allows us to be able to switch up the cadence and have a variance of those cadences to make sure that we're getting guys like Micah and guys who are amazing off the ball, getting those free plays and really just slowing them down. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's not always about encouraging the free play and those guys to jump off sides, but yet to make sure that we're getting the step on them.
All right, so whenever I go all-time quarterback in the neighborhood, I'm still throwing out the blue 42. Am I outdated?
Red 80, red 80.
What's the color?
White 80.
Yeah,
White 80.
No, I mean, there's no right or wrong in your color or your number. It's really just what rolls best, and white 80 is just kind of what I came into the system learning and have always stuck with, but blue 42 doesn't sound bad. It's all about the syllable and just kind of rolling that number into your set hut.
Okay, all right, beautiful. Now, when it comes to this offense, how do you feel like it is geared to playing towards your strengths?
Yeah, I mean, Mike talked a lot about it before he took over, and then as he did, just buying into the footwork and buying into how the footwork matches the depths of the routes and how the receivers are going to understand every bit of the footwork and know when they're number one, when they're number two to get all their depth, and when they can be an alert that it's one of those things that you can really just close your eyes and play the game with your feet. And that's where the practice comes in, and that's where the extra reps that you're trying to get always is going to pay off. And so it's a very, very much so my footwork tied into the routes and to the timing of everything. And it's been fun. It's been fun, honestly.
Dak, this question I'm going to ask. Is there a chance that quarterbacks trust their teammates too much?
No, I mean, I can't say that I trust my teammates, yeah.
I mean, I'm saying in a way, I'm saying
my life, but I think that's been earned. That wasn't just, you know what I mean? I didn't just give them that. So.
Sure. But see, because sometimes I think, because after games, you stand up there and answer questions about things that happen, but it seems like to me you're like, I trust these guys, but they got to help me out too a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, with you up there answering questions, it seems like you're always taking the arrows in this thing.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's why they pay us, right? That's why we are who we are, the quarterbacks. I think when you sign up for this position and Pop Warner football, you need to understand if you're going to continue to grow at this position.
Yeah.
You better be okay with taking the blame because you're going to get a lot of the credit when it's not necessarily your credit either. So
sure.
It just comes with the territory. And so my point of trusting them is, they've earned it. I don't just give it because, that guy's the new right guard or that guy's going to play center this
sure.
snap or, this is the receiver we're going to throw in. That comes with the time in the offseason or the time outside of the games that's spent practicing, communicating, and just building on that trust.
So you're starting the trash talk when you're walking in the morning, huh?
I do. I honestly do, yeah. I think it's fun, always kind of have. These guys are always trying to get interceptions and make big plays, and so, I'm definitely the encourager.
When's the last time it maybe got close to the line or you're like, wow, this is really getting too heated? Has it ever gotten too heated in the Dak yard?
No, it never has. Never really has. Not with me, anyways. And I think that's part of it. That part goes into the trust and goes into what you've built with your teammates and understanding who they are. And as I just told those guys, you're not necessarily talking trash to somebody that doesn't talk trash. Like that's wrong. That's a way to start something. That's a way to cut deep. And that person might not know how to react. But a guy that naturally runs his mouth, a guy that naturally encourages that. There's no ends and there's no laws or rules to it at that point. Is, hey, you encourage this, I do it too, so let's go. At the end of the day, words are words. And so we've got to understand that and really believe that. And so it's going to make us better. And as I said, a lot of the times I know it's just encouraging these guys to play their best and to be accountable and really getting the best out of them.
Do you think LaShawn McCoy really believes some of this stuff he's saying about y'all?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you what he's saying. I think he's probably just getting paid well and likes his money.
Yeah.
Just like the rest of us.
Talking Cowboys, good business, man.
When it comes to the backyard, are defenders invited to the backyard, or is this just an offensive turf?
To my backyard?
Yeah.
No,
I'm sorry. We call it the you don't call it the backyard?
Yeah, we call it the backyard.
Yeah.
I love that. No, everybody's invited to the backyard.
Okay.
Now, I can't say that I'm sitting out there working with them, but, I've left my field open, told every position group, that's available whenever you need to. Text me up. I'll give you the code to the gate, or I'll open the gate when you're going, and you can get in. And D linemen were back there, DBs were back there. And so I've been in my back porch, sitting out by the pool and seeing a couple of guys. And who is that? And it was a rookie that just showed up.
Yeah.
And almost called the cops, but he'll be all right. And right as I'm thinking that, Osa walks up, and the rest of the D linemen walk up. So I'm saying, okay, he's good.
All right, we're good.
Perfect.
Good.
We'll be waiting for that gate code then, so we can come kick it. But what's a day like in the Dak yard? Can you kind of walk us through what it is?
Your teammates have been very complimentary. You're rolling out the red card.
The
snacks,
the
good
hospitality.
Snacks. Good snacks.
Snacks.
And stuff. Yeah, good water, Gatorade.
Yeah, we're bringing all of that out. It's hot, too, in Texas. So, I don't want anybody passing out on my watch or on my land.
You got to sign a waiver before you get on that deck.
I should. I'm liable for whatever happens. So I make sure the water's out there. I make sure sometimes there's a fan. But, it depends on what the day is. Obviously, we get out there. We throw a lot of routes. We do that. And then that sometimes leads into guys shooting basketball, guys playing ping pong, guys playing pool, maybe going for a swim. And so it's just it's a good time. I open my house for that. As I've always said, my teammates are much more than just jersey number. They're truly brothers. They're truly family, and their family's invited as well, honestly, at the end of the day.
If you had to go back to Starkville and teach a class on what it is to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, how would you start your lecture to your students about I'm the Professor Prescott, and I'm going to teach you about what it means to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. What are you teaching your students that day?
Yeah, relationships. I'm teaching them about relationships and the fact that words don't really matter. And it's not just about trash talking, but it's about the criticism, the praise, everything that you're going to get at this position, that it really doesn't matter. The praise is not going to make you better. The criticism is not going to hurt your game. At the end of the day, it's what you believe in yourself. It's how you believe in your teammates. It's what you believe in the people around you, and that's created through the relationship. So just invest in those and don't get caught up in the highs or the lows, and find a way to stay even, because at the end of the day, that's really all that matters is the work that you put into it.
You almost got to reinvest every day in that, don't you, with how often you're getting new teammates?
Yeah, I mean you do, but when you've created that with the past teammates and you've worked with those guys, when a new guy comes in, there's already a culture and there's already a brotherhood that's built, and those guys feel it. I mean, those guys truly feel it, and just even new guys this offseason, watching them come in, watching them laugh in the locker room and ask me, is it like this every day? And I'm like, this is like this every day.
Nice.
To hearing guys talk and trash talk at practice, but in a very healthy way, and then a guy like Brandin Cooks, I remember him saying in the spring, man, I love this team. And it only been there like 2 weeks. And so I think that's just kind of the culture that we've built. And that's not just credit to myself, but credit to a lot of the veteran guys and just the environment we've been able to create.
Communication, that's been a big word throughout the offseason. What does communication mean to you when it comes to this offense and the football team?
Yeah, just completely being transparent and making sure everybody understands their role, their job responsibility, and what they're being asked to do. And at the end of the day, something I'll tell these guys, and we just had that trip to Atlanta, is there's no role greater than any role, and it's because of you're only as good as your weakest link, and this is all about the team, and you never know when a guy's going to be called to step up and to make this play. So just because you're on the show team and you're not necessarily getting those reps, well, the reps that you are giving is you're giving the looks of this guy that he's going to play, that all-pro guy is going to play. So you've got to make sure you're giving it your all, or he's going to go into the game, and it's going to be a lot harder than it is. And not only that, if your name and number's called then, if you didn't prepare the right way, you're not going to be able to step up for your opportunity. So, just completely making sure everybody's communicated with what their job's responsibility.
Is Jerry going to let you take the plane for Messi coming to FC Dallas
Man,
on Sunday?
I just saw that.
Dude,
Man.
It's exciting.
You might need to pull
Sunday
some strings.
On the off day?
That's Sunday. That's on the off day. That's what I'm saying.
You can
be
make
able
it
to pull it
happen.
off.
Why couldn't they be Friday, like next Friday when we went back for the preseason game? That would be nice. I would love to, but I doubt it.
Okay, so Messi was also out grocery shopping in South Florida. Is Dak Prescott
I
getting
can't
away
tell you
with
the
grocery
last
shopping?
time I've been grocery shopping, to be honest.
Oh,
you know?
really?
You haven't touched
Maybe
his heart
There's a
since college.
CVS by my house, and so if I got to run in, I'll do that. But, there's DoorDash, there's Instacart, all that.
You just do the delivery
I'm very
deal.
Get you
thankful
taken
for it.
care of.
Yeah,
Very
for
nice.
sure.
Congrats on everything. Best of luck to you, and thanks for joining
No,
us.
for sure. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me always.